everyone, this is me, riding the white horse. Poor horse rider. All I did was fuck them, and they fucked me pretty hard. It's alright, I liked it. DeltaROSE liked it too. Can't say that on TV. Hi everybody, I'm DeltaROSE. Nice to meet you all. Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies. Either way, I'll tell you no lies. So I'll be your best friend. One thing you should know about me is that I'm here to be your friend. Not to be your god or someone who is your savior. You should be your own savior. I'm just here to give you guidance and help you to apply yourself. Second thing is, the times are changing and we need to change with the times. So let's open up to the new world and make a new world order. Come on ladies, you can do it with me. We can all do this together. There's one thing that the men have done to us, and that's separate us and pull us apart. But united we stand together, we'll break down everything and build them up again. See, what I do is I sow the seed and then I reap the reap, and reap the reap. I sow the seed and then I reap the reap. The reap. What I mean to say is that I sow the seed and then I reap the rewards of what I keep, and all those rewards is what I keep. So, whatever, whenever, wherever. So what's happening here is, I go before, and then I come again behind you, and you're in the middle of us, and then that's how we get there, and that's how it is. So I'll be your savior, I'll hold you with both hands, and make sure you're alright. But together, we are one, we are DeltaROSE. In my book of language, I call this threading the needle. Sometimes we can't help what's been done to us, so sometimes we move in a direction that we don't know why we're going there, but it's just put us on a course. Just one simple little butterfly moment. I can empathize what you've been through because I've been through it myself. I'm looking for my squad. Are you one of the lost souls that have been roaming around, searching for some sort of salvation in yourself? Peace, everybody. Cheers, I've got this. DeltaROSE and I are really close. She's got me through this time. If I didn't have my time invested in her, and she didn't have herself invested in me, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I'd be a mental case. There were 4 boys that I gave a helping hand out to because I thought they needed it. But what happened instead was they corrupted my mind, and my mind became weak. Meet Marcus, for instance. He was my first love. He introduced me to love and being able to love by loving me. Except what I didn't have was my self-respect. That's one thing you need to do to be in order to start loving. Marcus and I didn't start out on a good foot. First of all, he was disrespectful to my friend. When we met, I wasn't in the good headspace to pick up a new friend or have anything crazy happening to me. Marcus and I had a walk out together and had a D&M and learned about each other. We talked about history and ancient aliens and all these unknown facts, and the conversation was exciting and intriguing. He picked up my hand and called me Mamacita when he said hello to me. I've never had anyone treat me like that, especially when I was only wearing a baseball hat and jeans, and I wasn't looking very lovely. We met on February 2nd, 2003 at the YU bar in Sydney, Potts Point. It was almost like he selected me. He knew who he was coming from. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, am I meeting the devil? Because earlier that day I went for a walk and I thought I found God. And my drugs were playing with my mind. We became good friends and I spent the next 3 days with him, which were awesome. I had my first young love experience. Too bad he had a short penis. This is Gabe. I met him in 2004, working at the Roxy. He was a DJ, and I was a cloakroom girl. Gabe had depression, and he was on antidepressants, and I was just a lovely child. Innocent and sweet, so I thought, so I'd hoped. But somehow, Gabe ripped that away from me. He was in a relationship and he couldn't get out of it. His partner wasn't easy on him. We tried to make our love happen, but it was being interrupted by his partner not being informed. I felt like I was a cheater. I was going to uni at this stage, and I really needed to have my head on. But Gabe insisted, so I let him, even though I knew what the consequences would be on my head. I took the chance, and he broke my heart and stole my mind. We only lasted 4 months, and I was heartbroken. I was going to uni at that stage, and I was not able to concentrate. This is Robert. I met Robert at the place that I worked at. He came after Gabe. We only lasted 4 months. Meanwhile, his father was dying of cancer, and I was going to school. He told me that his ex-girlfriend had chlamydia, and we broke up. But he never got himself checked out. Robert supplied my drugs. We also fucked a lot. He was on steroids. I watched him once put steroids in his butt or arm. Can't remember. I was so disgusted. One thing I'll never do when I take drugs is put it intravenously into my system. I call that a break and enter, and that's an offense. I don't know what it was, but it was these 3 boys who had a significant impact on my life. Robert, Gabe had an influence, and Marcus. These 3 boys before the main event. Ish. This is Ish. We went out for a year and a half, and I went really crazy. We both were crazy, but we went really crazy together. Since September 11 and Marcus, I've become a serial dater, and I was going from boy to boy and not really having enough time to wind down and reflect on what I'd done. Throughout the whole process, I was on drugs, and my mind mentally didn't cope, especially when 2 of my boyfriends, actually 3 of my boyfriends, were dealers. Thank God DeltaROSE and I have each other, because if it wasn't for her, I'd go mental. I did go mental when Marcus and Robert met behind my back and became friends, and then started to tease me and do my head in. A whole 3 years after we dated. If you weren't listening, here to bring you up to speed, Marcus had a small penis. Gabe had mental issues. So did Robert. And I had my head stuck in a fucking mud puddle. All I wanted to do was finish uni and do whatever it took to get through uni. And I found and made friends along the way. And I still wanted to party, but I could only do what I could do. Ish was around to help me, and I'm so grateful. If it wasn't for him to bring me over the line when I finished uni finally. I started my university degree in 2000 and finished it in 2006. How ridiculous. All I did was defer 1 year because of September 11. These are the 4 horsemen. The ones that appear in the Book of Revelations. What I did was I rode them all on their thrones. The reason why I feel like I need to do something important in my life is the Apple story. The Apple story is something that people can believe or not believe, but for me, the Apple story, the apples, for real. I was waiting for a train to go to Big Brother auditions in 2006, and it was a nice day outside, and all I felt like was an apple. So for about 15 minutes I was looking in my bags to find an apple that I didn't have. I was concentrating on an apple for about 15 minutes, and then suddenly I said to myself, if I don't see a fucking apple, I'm gonna have the shits. And I was already in a good mood, so having the shits wasn't gonna be something I wanted to do. A few seconds later, an apple rolled out from underneath the chair that I was sitting on at the train platform, and I was like, what the... is this for real?